Jimmy here from NBA Australia. We've got our Week 3 power rankings. That's right, the NBA Cup is underway. And we're power ranking all the teams. Utter but it's still the Philadelphia 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6s. That's not even how many losses they've had. It's up to 8. They stink. Oh, we got Joel Embiid back. Yeah, and he stunk. You're utter but, Philly. Your City's utter butt. You're utter butt. The Sixers are utter butt. I do love Jared McCain, though. I'll tell you what. Paul George is rounding into form. They'll be fine. But still, at the moment, utter butt. The Raptors, however, they just stink. Like, they're also hurt. I get it. But RJ Barrett can't hit the side of a barn up there in Canada. So, the Raptors, you're utter butt. The Bucks. Oh, but Jim, they beat the Raptors. Yeah, they're still utter butt. They did that without Dame. That's good. I just want to see them just win an entire week. Can you do that for me, Milwaukee? Is it Algonquin for the good land? Answer me these questions. Come on. Do something. I'm poking it with a stick. Do something. Come on, Bucks. Then the Jazz. It's a soft J, so I believe it's actually pronounced the Yaz. They are not good. Like, Lowry's back and they still stink. Clarkson came back. They still stink. Like, it's just BAD, bad times up there in Utah. And then the Washington Wizards. At least they're playing the kids, but they are still utter butt. Even if the kids are half decent, the team is utter butt. Not their fault. They're too injured. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Orlando and the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans, they lost Grand Theft Alvarado as well. They've got like no dudes. Like, I'll have to play soon. Meanwhile, they've traded away Dyson Daniels, the best player in the NBA. Idiots. Orlando also just kept winning. They smashed Charlotte. I don't know what's going on there. Orlando have finally figured out how to play without Paolo. They'll be fine. But at the moment, we're giving them a bit of a pass. Outside of this, bad, but also they suck. That's Miami. Hey, Jim, is that two things? Yeah, they're bad, but they also suck. Miami, they are bad and they also suck. They beat, Minnesota the other day despite themselves. And then, old mate Spo, the old boneheaded, he did a Chris Webber. I'm calling a timeout. Spo, you've got no timeouts. He's like, God damn it. Yes, that's exactly how it all went down. And you lost to Detroit in the NBA Cup. Sucked in Miami. You're bad and you also suck. Same with Chicago. I love me some Josh Giddey. I love the Zachy Cakes, Adam Levine mix, he and those guys. What else you've got? Ayo Dosunmu. You've also got Kobe White. You got Big Vooch. But you also kind of suck. Like, it's just, you're bad and you suck, right? You're not that good. And you suck. So you're the Chicago Bulls. Portland is very similar. They're just pulling these random wins out of nowhere every so often, but they're bad and they also suck. And if they've lost Anthony Penny-Simons for a bit, that stinks. But geez, that team is bad and they suck. And same goes for the Clippers. But Jim, they keep beating teams. I don't care. They're bad and they suck. This is the team that was like, hey, hang on a second. We've got Ivica Zubac. He's like a 7-footer. The other team, the Oklahoma City Thunder, has nobody over 6'7". Should we give it to Zoobs? And Ty Lue, in all his brain genius vibes, was like, nah, man, let's not do that. Idiots! You're bad and you suck, Clippers. Bad but fun. This is a fun tier because the Nets, they're bad, but they're also kind of fun because Cam Thomas does not care. Like, they keep losing these games, which is great for their tanking, but also they don't keep winning games, which is great for their tanking. They're close in all of these losses. That's perfect tanking. It means you can, actually use Dennis Schroeder. I am German Rondo. And Cam Thomas is trade bait at any point. Dorian Finney-Smith. Go nuts, Nets. This is awesome. At the same time, if you're good enough, Giannis might decide, you know what? I'm sick of Milwaukee. It's not Algonquin for the good land. Maybe Brooklyn is. Let's go Giannis, the Greek freaking Brooklyn. Imagine that. He'd find a great deli. He'd be fine. He'd be all over it. He'd be like, this is great. I'm going to live in Bed-Stuy. Anyway, they're bad but fun, the Nets. Same with the Hawks. Why is that? They stink, but they have Dyson Daniels, the best player in the NBA. All he does is use his go-go gadget arms to get all the steals. He's got all of them in the history of the NBA. No one has done this in like 20 years, basically, to have 36 steals in your first 10 games. It's like Allen Iverson and Baron Davis were the last two to do it. Dyson Daniels, the weapon, the Bendigo Bandit, the Bendigo Bomber, putting Bendigo on the map, a.k.a. old Shelbyville. Jim, are you from Ballarat? Yes, but still. I love it. Go, Dyson. They beat the Celtics without Trae Young, all because of Dyson. They're bad, but they're fun. Same with the Detroit basketballing Pistons. I love this Pistons team. They stink, but they're fun. Like, Jalen Duren's a weapon. Kate Cunningham doesn't know that he's bad, and so does Jaden Ivey. Now they've got a half-decent coach. They're actually good. It's awesome. Charlotte, if they're on the road, they're horrible. If they're at home, they're fun. Therefore, they're bad but fun. And how good was that call from their dude the other day? LaMelo! What did he have? The guts of a cat burglar. That was unreal. That dude is a legend and he's a psycho. The Spurs are also bad but fun as well because Wemby has just decided to basically how to remember how to shoot. And he's like, hey, look at me and my extremely long arms. They keep going forever. And all I have to do is kind of just drop the ball in from the 3-point line and it goes in. How do I miss? Nobody knows. For the last 2 games, I haven't. So that's pretty cool, I guess. But now they've got Devin Vassell and they've got a little bit more shooting around them. The Spurs will be a little bit more fun. Just saying. Figuring it out. I couldn't figure out how to put the bold on this tier either because it's broken. The Knicks, they're figuring it out. They played their best game of the season, I reckon, today in dismantling Philly. Everybody played well. That hasn't happened basically all year for the Knicks. They're figuring it out. The Wolves, they're on the other side of that. They're always constantly trying to figure it out. They don't know how to be consistent. It sucks. I hate it. Ant-Man needs to take that big jump up, and he's not quite there yet. They're figuring it out. The Lakers are constantly figuring it out. What are they figuring out? LeBron James's dreams. You know how weird it is to talk about your dreams in public? No one cares, LeBron. Oh, Coach K and I were hanging out. I was playing for Duke at Cameron Indoor, and it's like, you're lying! We lie, LeBron, no one cares. Do you know how boring it is to hear someone talk about their dreams? Shut up, nerd. Anyway, Memphis Grizzlies, they're figuring it out as well. They don't have Ja Morant, but they've got Scottie Pippen Jr., who's basically just as good, just racking up triple-doubles. He and his dad became the first father-son duo to have triple-doubles in the NBA. Clearly just beating out Bronny James and LeBron. Because Bronny's probably... No, he's not even going to get one in the G League, is he? Anyway, fun and good. So not to be confused with the bad but fun tier. The Rockets, they're fun and they're good. They've got heaps of dudes, too many dudes I keep saying, but they are good and they are fun. Seriously, they'll have these games there every so often where you're like, that is awesome, and they're going to blow the doors off teams. And once they get to the middle of the season, they'll be beating good teams as well. Pacers, they're fun and they're good. They beat the Knicks the other day. They had a Barry Crocker shocker the game before that, but they are fun and good despite some injuries. Benny Mathurin, he's an absolute lunatic. The Kings, they will absolutely throw in some stinkers as well, but they are fun and good because it gets to the crunch time. They go, hey, De'Aaron Fox. Hey, DeMar DeRozan. Should we just win this game? And they do. It's radical. Good, not great yet. Denver are eking up towards the great bit because they ripped off a 5-game home win streak. That's pretty good. But at the same time, is it going to stick when they're not playing at altitude? That's all I want to know. The big Serb, he's like running around going, and I don't think you can breathe. This is great. And that was my worst Serbian accent ever. And I've had some shockers. But either way, Denver are fine. Dallas, look, they're going to be in games like the Warriors one, and they're going to be really, really tough to beat. But they're not quite there yet. They're still a little bit, they're very, very good on their day. They're not quite consistently there. Smashing tins and stacking wins. The Golden State Warriors, obviously, Clay comes to town. That was fun. Everyone's wearing their sailor hats. Oh, do you get it? He likes to go boating. Awesome. I still reckon we should have given everybody like hoses. Splash Brothers. Let's go. Anyway, Golden State keeps smashing tins and stacking wins. Same with the Celtics. They've been knocked down from the still elites here because they lost to the Atlanta Hawks without Trae Young. I'm just saying. They were 16-point favorites and lost outright. Boston, you just copped one this week because that was bad. What are you doing? And Phoenix, they're smashing tins and stacking wins. They lose KD, and they still beat the bloody doors off the Jazz. And then the still elite tier, OKC are very, very, very good. They lose Isaiah Hartenstein before the start of the season, and then they lose Chet Holmgren to a busted hip or pelvic thing, whatever it was, which sucks. They got no one taller than 6'7", and it doesn't matter. They keep winning. And of course, still elite, the Cavs, because they haven't bloody lost. Of course they're elite. You can't not be elite if you don't lose. It's the best start to a season since the bloody absolutely blow the doors off everybody Warriors back in 15-16. The Cavs are unstoppable. I love them. Donnie Mitchell, Darius Rucker, Judy Garland. You got Evan Mobley and go the throw, Jared Allen. And of course, my sweet baby Karis LeVert. Let's go, Cavs. They're still elite. Stick around. Subscribe to NBA Australia or I'll smash ya.